And welcome back to the channel, guys. Those of you that have been with us for a while will know that we've got a bit of a road trip coming up in the not too distant future. So what we thought we would do is run through everything that we take with us to make sure we're all legal and above board and we're covered for all possible eventualities, if that's remotely possible. We've been doing this for a few years because we go over to the continent on a regular basis, and we've got a big folder that we keep everything in to make sure that we're all there. So we just run through everything we take with us when we go over there. So because this is our first trip to the continent in the motorhome, we've added a few bits and pieces to the folder, like the bookings for everything that we've got pre-planned and pre-booked. We're starting the trip off with the Rimor Owners Meet at Holcroft Fisheries, which is near Retford. So I've got the booking for that in here. Our ferry pitch at Black Horse Farm CAMC site, which is close to the Channel Tunnel, which is where we go, which is how we're getting over to Europe on the night before we go, because we've got a very early morning train, 10 to 6 in the morning. So we've got that. We've got our ferry booking, or our train booking, and our ferry coming back, because we're coming back Hook of Holland to Harwich. Yep. We've also got our first stopover pre-booked in Ypres.
Yeah, it's not recommended to be off-grid anywhere near the ferry terminals. About 2 hours.
Yeah, so we've booked into a place that we've stayed in Ypres on a couple of occasions. Obviously,
yeah, and the little huts, what were they called? Traveller pods or something?
So, yeah, something like that.
We've stayed in them. They're very good.
Yeah, obviously, when we get there, we'll take a video around. We'll show you the site when we get there. Like I said, we've stayed there on a couple of occasions, so that's our first night stopover in Ypres. It gives us a chance to basically make sure the motorhome's full of everything. We get some shopping in, because there's an Aldi just round the corner from that site as well, so that's ideal. And then we've got a 4-night stop on a campsite with your sister, planned as well. So we've got a booking for that on email confirming that we've booked that. Everything else is park for night, and we're just going to wing it. We've got a rough idea of what route we're taking and where we want to go and things that we want to see, but we're just going to wing it for everything else. But that's everything that's booked and planned. So moving on to the important stuff. We've been following Catbird on Wandering Bird for a while now, and we have downloaded her motorhome guides to both the Netherlands and Germany, which are the two main countries that we're going to. Just purely because, like I said, it's the first time we've taken a motorhome over there. So it's just some extra information. So then you move on to the stuff that you've got to have, or the important stuff. Passports, paperwork stuff, yeah. So we keep our passports in here, plus a copy of our marriage certificate, because obviously, because Siska's a Dutch passport holder, rules are slightly different when we're travelling together. We don't have the 3-month limit within the Schengen area, because they can't stop an EU citizen from free movement.
Well, we're not planning on staying there for more than 3 months, but there you go.
Yeah, but we've got that anyway.
Yeah, and make sure that your passports are well in date.
Yeah, I believe it's from the date of issue. You've got to have 6 months beyond.
Before
that.
It runs out, yeah.
Before it runs out.
Yeah.
So.
But that is from the date when you come back.
Yeah.
Not when you go.
Not when you go, yeah. So you've got to be covered. Our passports are well in date.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. We've got some breakdown cover. Now, touch wood, we ain't going to need it.
We shouldn't, but you never know.
Like I said, the motorhome is less than a year old, so we shouldn't need it, but cover all eventualities, because that could get expensive if it all did go Pete Tong. So we've taken out some of that. We've taken out travel insurance. Now we use Stay Shore for that, very reasonable price. Single trip. but we've also got the G-Hit cards, which are the ones that you can get. You can apply for them online. Very simple. That sort of thing there. We've got those. That's what replaced the old E-Hit cards. Now, I ordered these last year before we went away last year, and they didn't turn up in time, so we couldn't take them with us. I think they were waiting on the doormat when we got back, but we've got them this year, and they're valid through till 2027, so we've got plenty of time on those before we need to renew them. Also in here, I've got the insurance policy for the van, including the motor insurance, certificate of motor insurance, and it also includes within that policy, we went through AIB, very, very reasonable price-wise, but the green card is included within that insurance policy, and it's in there, so we're covered on that.
Yeah. Also, you need to carry a accident form, European accident form.
Yeah, I've got one of those in here. Agreed statement of facts on a motor vehicle accident.
Yeah.
Should be just ring your insurer, they'll supply you with one, and have a copy of that in a folder just in case the worst happens.
Yeah.
So we've got that. The next thing that should be in here, but I'm still waiting on it to come back from DVLA, is the V5. You need to take that with you, and also take a couple of copies of it as well. So photocopy it and print out some copies of it, because obviously you don't want to be handing over the original. You can hand over copies. So once I get it back, I'll take some copies of it and I'll slide those in there as well. And also, feature of an upcoming video, which I can't complete until I've got the V5 back. I've had the van up plated to 4 ton, so I've got a copy of the certificate supplied by SVTech, which mirrors the new VIN plate that they've supplied for the van as well. So I keep that in there. That's just another add-on just in case. Is that everything? Oh, is that everything paperwork wise?
Driving license.
Driving license, yeah. That's all. That always stays in my wallet anyway. But we carry that as well.
You have to carry
that when you're driving over there.
Yeah.
So moving on to stuff that we need for the van. Green zones. They're now a thing. They're spreading all over the UK. Newcastle, which is the nearest one to us, has now got one. We're very fortunate in the fact that obviously the van is new. It's a Euro 6D engine, and I've looked on the UK one, and we don't pay on any of the current green zones or ULEZ zones in the UK, so we're good for that. What I have got for the van, because we're going to Germany, I've got the TUV sticker. It's a green TUV sticker that goes in your windscreen, and I've got one of those. We're not planning on going in any of the major cities that have them. I know Munich's got one, Berlin's got one,
Cologne's one.
Cologne as well. We're not planning on going into the major cities, but never trust a sat-nav. They do take you some strange routes sometimes, and you might inadvertently end up in one.
Yeah, sometimes you get your lefts and rights mixed up, so...
Well, yeah.
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 We do land you in interesting places.
Yes, so we've got one of those as well. That's already in the windscreen of the van. There are websites you can go through online to get one of those. We've got a UK sticker on the back of the van. If you're going over there now, it's no longer the GB sticker, since Brexit is now UK. So make sure you've got a UK sticker on the back of your van. As I've just mentioned, we've upplated the van, so even though we're only going to be in France for 10-15 minutes until we get into Belgium from Calais, we've got to, because we're over 3.5 ton, we have to have the Angles Mort stickers. I bought a pack of 3. There's nothing I can do about the one on the back of the van because it's plastic, so I've got to stick one on the back of there. I'm going to buy some A4 magnetic sheets and stick the ones for the driver door and passenger door to that, so that I can magnetise those to the front of the van. Once we're out of France, they're coming off, because in my opinion they're bloody ugly, so they're coming off. What else? Headlamp deflectors. Obviously our headlights point the wrong way for the continent, so you need a set of those. I've actually got a set in the van that we took over last year, but as we didn't drive at night, I didn't actually put them on the car. So I've got a set. They're in the van. Yeah, I did forget, but we didn't drive at night anyway, so
No.
they're in the van ready to go.
And certain countries have certain rules of what you have to have with you.
Certain things, yes.
Yeah.
To be perfectly honest, I think most of this is common sense anyway.
A lot of it is.
I mean, because I was in the forces, I was stationed in Germany for 4 years. I got used to carrying a warning triangle around in the car. Once I'd passed my test out there. But we've always had a warning triangle in the car. So there's one in the van. I've got a first aid kit. There's always been a first aid kit in the car.
Well, yes, when you have your youngest who always needs plasters for every little boo-boo.
Yeah, we've always had one. So that
yeah,
and it's one of the things that you have to carry. Set of spare bulbs and fuses. You can get pack-ups from Halfords. Yeah. They'll do universal bulb sets and fuse sets, and you have to carry a set of those. So we've got some of those, and the high-vis vests. We've got one each. They have to be within easy reach, so you can't just chuck them in the back of your motorhome in the garage and forget about them. We've got a couple of little cubby holes above the driver or in the cab. We keep them in there, so they're just easy to grab and go, as per the rules over there. What else have we got on here? Right, cash. Now, we do carry euros when we go over there. Obviously, we get euros sent over for the grandchildren's birthdays, for our birthdays from Siska's family. So what we do with the grandkids is we'll buy their euros off them. Now, the grandchildren get a 1-for-1 exchange rate. Our daughters get the current exchange rate. Because you can't tell a 2-year-old that, oh, the euro's worth less, so your 10 euros is only worth about £8. Doesn't work. There's a tenner. Thank you. So we do that over the year, and we build up a supply of euros that we take with us. For some of the places, we're going to make sure we've got change as well, because watching some of the videos over there, the Stellplatzes in Germany, sometimes you have to put a euro coin in for water. Yeah. And the toilet cassette cleaning machines, which I'm really looking forward to using. Never used one of those. No.
So even I might venture doing it.
What, you might take the shitbox out for emptying?
Nah.
Yeah, so we also take the credit card. We've got a credit card. It's one of the ones that has no fees for European transactions. We know that because I used it last year for fuel when we were... because I only had my debit card with me and I'd got charged for transaction fees on that, so I used the credit card, no transaction fees. And I've also just been on, after watching some more videos, got us a Revolut card where we can just transfer money onto that and use that. Nice and easy. It's all set up on my phone through Apple Pay. I just transfer money through Apple Pay from the account. Now, being YouTubers, we're going to be on the internet a lot, so we've got Wi-Fi set up in the van. We've got an EE SIM that's set up on that. I nipped in, made sure that's all set up, and we've got when we're in the UK, that's unlimited. They put a cap. They call it a fair use policy of 50 gig in Europe. So we've got 50 gig on that, and we're with O2 for our phones, so we get 25 gig on each phone. So if we start running low on that, then we can hotspot. So we've technically got about 100 gig of roaming between the phones and what's in the van as well, so we're good there. But also, because we do a lot of streaming, because we haven't got a TV in the van, so we stream Netflix, we stream BBC iPlayer and things like that. We've got a VPN. A, it keeps you safe, and B, you can tell it you're in the UK and we can get the BBC, we can get all the stuff that we watch on Netflix. So we've got all of that there. So we've got our VPN. I've got a decent sat-nav that we can put all of the dimensions and weight, which I've literally just reprogrammed it for the new weight limit on the van. And I'll put a link to the video review I did on that sat-nav somewhere up here. It's a cracking little device by a Guri, and it also comes with a dash cam that's attached to the front end of it. So it's two birds with one stone. So we've got a dash cam and we've got a decent sat nav that allows me to put the dimensions and the weight of the motorhome in. And I always overestimate on height, width, length. So hopefully we won't get stuck with anything like that. LPG. We don't have gas bottles in the van. We've got the gasset system, the refillable system in the van. So I've got the adapters. You can go on Amazon. If I remember, I'll put a link down below. You can go on Amazon. You can get a set of 3. I think it's about 25 quid for a set of 3 adapters for that. So I've got those in the van as well. And as we're old fashioned, we like to bring a map, because you can't always trust Google Maps. So, and it's easier if you've got a big paper map. We've got a big paper map of Germany upstairs. It's easier if you want to sit down and plan somewhere, we want to go there, you can actually physically see the road. So,
well, yeah, because sometimes sat-nav will take you heading an hour south to pick up a certain road to head north.
Yeah, and
it'll
it's easy.
Do that.
Yeah, and it's easier just to have a look at a map. And if it's a main A road, then the chances are you're not going to go wrong with it.
No.
And you can double check it. I mean, 9 times out of 10, if you start upsetting the sat nav and going the wrong way, it'll work out where you're going eventually, after shouting at you for about half an hour. Yeah. So there's not a problem there. And one other thing that's really personal, being a tea drinker, take tea bags. European tea's horrible.
No, it's not. It's nice. Just because you can't stew it.
Yeah, you can't stew it and you can't put cow juice in it.
No.
So, and I like a nice stewed cup of tea with milk. And I've tried it. And I'll be honest,
you don't like the herbal teas so much,
some of the herbal teas. No, I mean, they do some nice fruit herbal teas over there. But your basic tea, basically, I mean, to make a Dutch cup of tea, take boiling water, threaten it with a tea bag.
Well, that's with an English tea bag, yes. Yeah. You just threaten it.
Threaten it with an English tea bag and away you go. And
I can make a whole pot for myself with 1 tea bag.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's only in there for 2 minutes and out, if that. So, yeah, but take tea bags. Yeah, we'll be taking at least 2 boxes.
Yes.
Don't need to take beer or anything like that, because German beer is perfectly adequate.
Oh, more than perfectly adequate.
Yes.
Not that I drink it, but it looks nice.
Yeah, it's really nice. None of this chemical rubbish you get over here is really nice.
Yeah.
So that's just about...
Same with food, because, I mean, you're limited on what you're supposed to take anyway.
Yeah.
So we've only got very limited what we've got with us already, and that's only really for emergencies. The rest we'll just buy out there.
Yeah, we'll just go in the local Aldi's, Lidl's.
Markets,
yeah. Can wholeheartedly recommend. I mean, if you're staying in a German town, go to the local bakery and get yourself some bakery and get some, well, I can't remember what they called him.
What, German. The little bread rolls?
No, what they call it, bakery in Germany.
Konditorei.
Yeah, go to one of those.
Well, that is, they do other things as well. They usually will serve tea and coffee, some cold drinks, made up sandwiches.
Yeah, definitely get some bread rolls.
Yeah.
For your breakfast. Yeah. It's lovely. Get some cold meat, some cheese, and have a proper continental breakfast. It's lovely. Yeah. Wholeheartedly recommend that, and don't forget Bratties. I will be having a currywurst as soon as I get into Germany. Basically, I think that covers just about everything that we've got on our list here. So hopefully our experience of what we've been taking to Germany and Holland for the last 30 odd years and has seen us right will help you guys if you've never been over there. I mean, I know all of this paperwork and all the rest of it that you need to take these days and carry around with you can be a bit daunting, but hopefully this will be helpful. So if you enjoyed the video, guys, give us a big thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and we'll catch you on the next one. See you later.